Have you ever paid attention to the quiet people around you? They don't talk much. Take note that some of these people say things that mean something. Their words have weight. Still, some of these people talk normally, like everyone else. What's interesting is that everyone seems to pay close attention when they talk. Now, why does that happen? These people are using a very powerful force, even if they don't know it. This is what it means to stay silent. It can change your life. Watch this movie to learn more about the power of silence. Why does being quiet often have more of an effect than speaking? You're about to learn. We'll talk about 12 important cases in which keeping quiet can be your best trait. Have you ever thought that staying quiet could help your relationships or make it easier to deal with disagreements? Get ready to find out more secrets like these. You will learn how to use silence to improve yourself, keep your emotions in check, and even do well at work. Do you want to know how making no speech can make what you say more powerful when you do? With this Stoic exercise, you can become more powerful, respected, and at peace with yourself and others. Watch this video all the way through. When this video is over, you'll have a new understanding of this power you already have and know how to use it in real life. You might be asking yourself, can I really get used to being alone with my thoughts? There must be times when I need to speak up, right? Of course. To use the power of silence, you don't have to be quiet or passive. You just have to learn how to use it strategically. It's like a good martial artist who knows when to hit and when to stay still. Your hits are your words, and your stance is your silence. If you learn when to be quiet, you're not weakening your voice. Instead, you're making it stronger when you do use it. But here's the catch. Being silent doesn't just mean not talking. It helps you grow as a person and has a big impact on others. Have you ever thought about how a pause in a talk can change the whole tone, or how a moment of quiet reflection can lead to the most important ideas? These are only a few examples of how intentional silence can help you. You'll learn how this underused skill can change your relationships, make you smarter emotionally, and even help you make better decisions as we go over the 12 situations where silence is the best thing to do. Are you ready to find this secret power? 12 times when you should keep quiet. Number 1. How to deal with unfair criticism. As soon as someone criticizes you, your first reaction is to defend yourself. But what if the best way to protect yourself was to stay quiet? Stoicism tells us that the only way to be truly strong is to not react to every little thing that happens. By keeping quiet, you show that you trust your deeds and yourself. You're not avoiding the criticism. You've chosen to answer it with grace and confidence. You can think, assess, and grow during this silence. It changes your attention from how other people see you to how you can improve yourself. Remember that what other people think doesn't decide your worth. Being able to keep quiet when someone criticizes you unfairly isn't just a way to avoid strife. It's also a way to grow in peace and wisdom. Number 2. How to handle anger. How often do you say things you later wish you hadn't when you're angry? Another strong option from Stoicism is to stay silent when you are angry. Don't try to hide your feelings. Instead, learn to control them. Stop when you feel your anger rising. That one moment of silence can mean the difference between an angry outburst and a considered answer. You get a better view in this silence. You give yourself time to figure out what's making you angry and how to move forward in the best way. You're not being passive when you choose to be quiet instead of getting angry. You're actively changing the situation. You have mental intelligence and self-control, which are traits that earn respect and power. Third, how to deal with loss. Have you ever felt like you had to say something, anything, when you were sad? Stoicism tells us of how powerful it can be to be quiet and think. When people are sad, words don't always help. Don't try to think of what to say. Instead, enjoy the silence. This silence isn't empty. It's full of healing, acceptance, and thought. Take this time to respect your feelings and figure out what the experience means to you. Being quiet lets you deal with your sadness at your own pace, without the pressure of what other people think you should do. You often find the strength to move on in these quiet times, not by forgetting, but by making the loss a part of your life's journey. Number 4, getting around ignorance. What do you do when someone doesn't understand or doesn't know what you mean? The conservative way of thinking might shock you. Instead of correcting or fighting right away, try being quiet. This isn't about admitting you don't know something. It's about picking your battles carefully. Your silence can teach others a lot and make them think about what they think they know. In addition, this method gives you time to figure out what the real problem is. You might also be able to learn something. When you react with patient silence, you open the door to real conversation and growth for both of you. Remember that quiet words often speak louder than quick ones. Number 5, dealing with false claims. If someone accuses you of something, your first reaction might be to defend yourself right away. But what if the best security you have is to stay quiet? The idea of Stoicism tells us that the truth will come out in time. By keeping quiet, you're not accepting guilt. You're showing that you believe you are innocent and honest. You can gather your ideas and, if needed, proof during this time of silence. It keeps you from rushing and saying something that could be taken the wrong way. Being calm and quiet when someone makes false charges against you can be stronger than any defense you can give right away. It shows that you have a lot of character and often makes other people wonder whether the accusations are true. 6th, when you are going through a hard time. When bad things happen to you in life, how do you usually react? Stoicism tells us that during these times, we can find strength in being quiet. Take a moment to think about what you want to say, instead of complaining or lash out. This silence isn't a sign of silent acceptance. It's a way to focus on the things you can change. You can plan and come up with good ideas in this quiet area. It's about keeping your own peace, even when things are going crazy around you. When you choose silence, you're not giving up on hard times. Instead, you're getting stronger to face them with perseverance and wisdom. Remember that what makes you unique is not the issue itself, but how you handle it. Number 7, when being insulted verbally. Have you ever thought about why comments hurt so much? Silence is a strong antidote in Stoicism. When someone insults you verbally, you might want to fight back. What if, though, your silence could be stronger than any response? You are not being weak by staying quiet. You are showing that you have unbreakable inner power. This silence takes the insulter's power away, leaving them confused or uncomfortable. Gandhi is known for using this method of peaceful defiance. You didn't say anything when someone insulted you, which shows that you don't get angry easily and that you value peace of mind over small arguments. To show emotional growth in this way can turn a possible enemy into a respectful observer. Number 8. When there are fights and arguments. How often do arguments that get really heated actually end in agreement? As an option, Stoicism suggests strategic silence. If you disagree with someone, try stopping instead of responding right away. You're not giving up your opinion by being quiet. You're making room for understanding. Take advantage of this quiet time to really hear what the other person has to say. You might find things you have in common, or learn something new. You're not only avoiding escalation when you choose silence, you're also making it possible for a more useful conversation to start. Don't forget that the point of a fight isn't to win, but to find the best answer. Sometimes, being quiet is the first step toward that. Number 9. Trying to get better as a person. Have you thought about how silence can help you grow as a person? The power of quiet reflection is emphasized in Stoicism. Silence on purpose can be very helpful in a world full of noise and distractions. You can really get in touch with yourself and your ideals during these quiet times. Take some time to think about your deeds, thoughts, and goals during this quiet time. It's a chance to be honest with yourself and live a thoughtful life. You're not only avoiding outside noise when you practice silence regularly, you're also tuning into your inner knowledge. Deep thoughts and a better understanding of yourself and the world around you can come from this habit. 10th, how to handle provocation. Have you ever thought someone was trying to get a rise out of you? At this point, keeping quiet is your best defense. When someone provokes you, your first thought might be to respond. What if, though, your silence was stronger than any defense? Staying quiet doesn't just keep you from getting into a fight. It also takes away the person's power to start one. This silence shows that you have self-control and mental intelligence. Not being easily swayed or controlled is a sign of strength. Your quiet calmness says a lot about who you are at these times. Remember that reacting to every insult is tiring and doesn't always help. Your silence can protect you and save your energy for important things. Number 11. When making choices. When making important decisions, have you ever felt like you had to act right away? Stoicism tells us of how powerful it can be to be still and think. When you have to make a big decision, take some time to think things through. This isn't putting things off, it's planning ahead. Take some time to carefully consider your choices, what might happen, and how your choice fits with your values. By taking a moment to think before making a choice, you're not only avoiding snap decisions, you're also growing wise. This can help you make choices that you'll be happier with and less likely to regret later. Remember that the choices you make often show how well you think, and sometimes the best time to think is when you're alone. Number 12. When you listen to other people. Have you ever been thinking about what you're going to say next while someone else is still talking? As Stoics, we are told to use silence as a way to really listen. When someone else talks, try to really listen to them without thinking about what to say right away. This silence isn't a passive thing. It's a way to show respect and interest. You can get new ideas and a better understanding of things if you stay quiet and fully present. You could notice things you would have missed otherwise. This habit not only makes your relationships better, it also makes you smarter. Remember that listening often helps you learn more than talking. People can feel truly heard and valued when you are quiet. Now, I'm going to talk about how silence can change things. Have you ever thought about how your quiet affects other people? It is not only about what you do not say, but also about the strong word you send. Your silence can earn you respect, make people curious, or even change the way a talk goes. Think about it. When you don't say anything all the time, you give people time to think, question what they think they know, and really hear what was said. There are times when quiet is awkward, and most people squirm. Taking pleasure in these times could be your secret talent. How? You show that you have unwavering confidence by keeping calm when other people are trying to get you to do something. You're showing that you're happy with who you are and don't feel the need to fill every void. This calm confidence can be attractive, drawing people to your calm presence. Another interesting fact is that when you do speak, your words will have more weight when you are used to being quiet. Have you ever noticed how people lean in to hear someone who doesn't say much but means what they say? You might be that person. Not only will learning the art of silence change how you talk to people, it will also change how they see you. People turn to you for wise words when things get crazy. You become the voice of reason in the chaos. It's about time you use this Stoic ability. You'll need to get stronger on the inside if you want to use the power of silence regularly. Psychotherapist Barbara Markway, PhD, says that the more sure of yourself you are, the easier it is to quiet the voice inside that says, "I can't do it." As a result, your behavior and look will start to match your inner strength. Thank you for watching. Post your ideas below, and we'll see you in the next video.